Hi friends, Diane Adkins here, your violin teacher, and I'm going to start talking about Book 2 of the Suzuki literature for violin in this series, and it would be remiss of me not to mention what you should know by this time in the literature. Now I want to bring your attention to something very interesting in the book itself, and that is on page 4. And even in the table of contents, you will see study points for volume 2 in the table of contents, page 4. So I want to read this to you because you should be attending to that as you enter book 2 and, possibly in your review of book 1. Number 1, the student, it says the child, but sometimes we're not always children when we're starting book 2. The student should listen to the reference recordings every day at home and develop musical sensitivity. So, number 1, you should be listening to the CD that comes with the Suzuki material. Rapid progress depends on this listening, and it really does. So if you are aspiring to be a violinist, you should be listening to good violin music. And you can speed up your learning by learning of the Suzuki material by listening to the recordings that came with it. It's really, really critical. Listening is your first teacher. Number 2, tonalization, or the production of a beautiful tone, should be stressed in the lesson and at home. Okay, and that's something that I always try to work on from the very beginning. A lot of times, students who are self-taught or even taking lessons from instructor believe that if they just get all the notes right and all the bowings right, they should pass the piece and they should be, doing pretty well. But if you aren't working on your beautiful tone, why not? Please work on your beautiful tone. That is critical. And the first 2 pieces in book 2 in this series, we will cover that, but tonalization at the very beginning of book 2 is very, very important. And Dr. Suzuki, who compiled these pieces, has pointed it out concisely to us at the beginning of this book. And number 3, constant attention should be given to accurate intonation, correct posture, and the proper bow hold. Now, it goes without saying that you should not just be playing from beginning to end and think that you're doing a great job. That's phase 1, but you've got to dig deeper when you're learning something. So I always tell my students, tier 1, great. You learned the bowings and the fingerings and you played it in tune. Very good. But let's get to tier 2. And tier 2 has a lot more that you can learn from that piece. And so it's not really what you play, but how you play it. And that's my introduction to volume 2. We'll talk more in the next video. Bye-bye.